Welcome to Mind Square episode 1. We have a few important squares on the board in this endgame, and if we would remove the white pawn on a3, you'll simply recognize or easily recognize the mind squares. For white will be d6 and for black will be b4. Because black is in disadvantage, he will face himself with a position where he will have to step on the mind square 1 point and lose the endgame. But we have a few more corresponding squares in this endgame. So let's imagine black to move. Let's start with black to move. It won't make any difference if white moves. It will reach the same position, so we have a small maneuvering. King to b7 won't bring anything to white if he tries to advance because we go in the same position. So king to b7, opposition for white, and when black is advancing to a6, white is pushing b4. So you see it's the same kind of position. White did this maneuver because he wants the black king a bit further, so as far as possible from his pawn. Now white will go c4, a6. It's very important for white now because he's trying to reach d6 square. Even if it's a mind square, the fact that he has that extra pawn, which gives him a tempo, the mind square this time for white doesn't feel like a Zugzwang square. So white can easily access because of the extra tempo. And he will reverse the mind square, pass it to black. It's a mistake for white to move on d4 now, because once black will attack, will capture the mind square, black can stop on his own mind square, and white has the option of leaving the pawn, or even if he checks, black will take, and then we go in the endgame with the mind squares, and will be bad for white. So the right move for white is to make a small maneuver. So he will go to d3. In case that black decides to put pressure on his pawn, white can occupy then the d4 and therefore defend his pawn. So that's one option for black, or black can just go a5, still look for a mistake from white side, but this time we go to e4 to see how we face our king towards the d6 square, flanking, but always keeping an eye on defending the c pawn. And black can obviously go for the pawn, or he can pressure the c pawn. If black is pressuring the c pawn, easy, we defend. If black decides to go a4, we advance. Black is taking, and then we took the d6. Even if it's the mind square, it's not the case of being a mind square because of the layout of the kings. And now black is simply lost.